first off, you guys watch the Showdown. Goldberg wins the title. It happened. Goldberg beat the Fiend on Super Showdown. Guys, reaction to this. What's going on? Mike, you had a pretty good explanation about this on the text. About an hour after the show.
Yeah, if you'd finish, I could actually get to it.
Go ahead.
Yes. My method behind this madness is obviously Bray Wyatt is going to get cheered in about 30 days inside Raymond James Stadium, no matter who he wrestles. John Cena, me, you, Miz, Rock, Stone Cold, doesn't matter. He's going to get cheered because he's the most overacting in the company right now. Vince obviously wanted to try to save face of his, quote, top face of Roman Reigns. He would get booed out of the building against Bray Wyatt. He would definitely get booed if he won the title at WrestleMania. So what makes sense? The internet hates Bill Goldberg for some reason. Whatever. Let's put the title on him because the fans are going to boo him, therefore theoretically cheering for Roman Reigns.
Joe, reaction to this. You like it? Don't like it? What?
I mean, it's not the thing that I'm the happiest about, but like I do think they sort of booked themselves into a wall, but like by ever putting the title on Bray, and at some point, if you've got yourself in a corner, you just kind of have to get out of it, whether you like it or not, and it becomes kind of a footnote. Hopefully, I'll say this much: I was thinking about it earlier. The Undertaker won a title and lost it like a week later to Hulk Hogan.
Not even a week later. It was 3 days later.
Yeah.
Literally 3 days later.
That's when his character first started, and it didn't ruin him. He kind of went along to have a good run. So, so I think Bray will be okay.
Actually, 5 days, because Survivor Series actually used to be on Thursdays back then.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
This Tuesday in Texas.
Texas, yes. Okay, so obviously not even a full day later on SmackDown, Goldberg says, "Who's next?" And Roman Reigns comes down and says, "I'm next, dude." And there you go. Goldberg, Roman Reigns is your official WrestleMania 36 match. I don't even call it main event. Different one of the main events, of course. Obviously, no surprise here. I mean, we all said that if Goldberg won the title, there's a direction to go in. Roman Reigns and Goldberg is the headlines a lot more. It could sell better. I don't know. I guess I'm excited for it to some degree. Meh. Joe.
It's a match that, it's going to be what it needs to be. If you look at it from this standpoint, you now have the two main event matches with wrestlers that are going to wrestle for an average of like 7 or 8 minutes, which means we're either going to get more matches or the guys that deserve more time are actually going to get time on this event, which normally doesn't happen at WrestleMania.
That's a great point, actually.
You may see Bray Wyatt and John Cena get a little bit of time to work. You might see Rhea and Charlotte get more time. You may see Shayna and Becky get more time. Kevin Owens inevitably taking on Seth Rollins, which I think is going to happen, may get more than your allotted 8 minutes of garbage time. Because, those two guys aren't going to work long matches.
Right.
I'd expect both title matches to be, bell to bell, probably in the 8 to 10 minute range. And if you add their entrances, you're probably looking at maybe 15 minutes each. So your two title matches are going to be half-hour matches total. To be honest with you, that's the only thing that I take away as a negative from this approach is that both of your champions are going to work the same kind of match.
What's the point? Well, you just teased a while ago. The Fiend will be active. John Cena came back to SmackDown on Friday, teased the fact that he wasn't doing anything, and then The Fiend comes out and kind of corny, to be honest. He's doing the WrestleMania point. For him to do it anyway. I don't mind the point and the sign. That's actually kind of cool. But for The Fiend to do that, it's a little bit a little out of character, in my opinion. But The Fiend and John Cena is now official, will be WrestleMania. Again, another thing that we all discussed last week that may happen is now happening. Mike?
I like the point because it's different. It's not him doing the corny video or him just going out and mandible clawing somebody. It's different. And I think this is like the moment where Bray has an opportunity to rebound and really get over. Going over Cena at WrestleMania and doing it differently, not doing it the same way he's done with Bryan or Roman or something like that. This guy has a big name. Cena went over Bray at a WrestleMania, even, I think. So it's kind of like the redemption song, and I think that makes it more pointing at the sign and saving all the physical contact for the match makes it that much more meaningful and that much more interesting to see.
Joe, you excited about the Fiend Cena at WrestleMania?
I mean, I said that from the start, right? I wanted that match.
Okay.
Just like I honestly, I even like Goldberg versus Roman Reigns as a match. It sucks that they had to get there the way they had to get there, but I think as a card, WrestleMania is coming along really well.
Yeah, I think so too. And I will say this much, and this is why I kind of agree with Mike here about the whole, reasoning. Yeah, we hate the result of Goldberg getting it, obviously, but I think WWE's looking at the long game for this. I think the Fiend can benefit in the long term for this. Instead of the short term trying to sell the Mania card and that's it. I think long term the Fiend will be okay. I think as a wrestling community we like to overreact in the moment just because.
Yes.
I mean, wrestling Twitter's the worst of that. I try not to get caught up in that because a lot of people do as such. On Twitter during the fucking show, and then Goldberg wins the title. Everyone's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" But let's think long view here. Let's think long view. So, all right. What else news here do you have here? Oh yeah, we have Undertaker did go to a Super Showdown last week. He won. What was it? The 280 Cup.
It looked like the trophy you win if you won Guts back when we were kids.
That's right.
It looked like the aggro crack.
He did say that. Taker actually ended up winning the 280 Cup, whatever the hell it's called, over AJ Styles with a surprise appearance, a little choke slam action. Looks like we're going to get the AJ Styles Undertaker matchup that was been rumored for the last couple weeks.
I'm down for that. I think
I am too.
That's another one that'll be like 6 minutes long with 20 minutes of entrances, but that's WrestleMania, baby.
See, I told Joe this in our own one-on-one chat, and I figured I'd bring this up on the show tonight and get your reaction to it live. Based off of what happened on Raw last night and the Aleister Black trying to get AJ, and him and AJ have a no DQ match set for Elimination Chamber on Sunday. Potential here, and I even prefaced this to Joe with, we can agree that The Undertaker in ring isn't gonna be the greatest worker of all time, right?
We can agree with that, yes.
So how do you fix said thing? Maybe you make it a 3-on-2 handicap match. Undertaker and Aleister Black versus the OC.
Ooh.
It gives
That's not
Aleister the
terrible.
rub of working with the Undertaker. They both have that futuristic next level gimmick. Aleister with his coming up from the dead entrance and all that stuff. I don't think it's gonna happen. Let me preface it with that. But I feel like that's a big enough match where Aleister being in there with Styles, Gallows, and Anderson and Taker during a match of that caliber on that show. It's just something that I thought would be cool.
Let me say I wouldn't be shocked if it would happen only because you've been on a roll with these predictions lately. So,
well, I'm just saying. I think it would save that match. It would give Aleister something to do to put him on the line on a more out there approach to try to get him over to the fans, because that's something that people are saying that he's not over. Well, here's your chance to get him over.
Yes, he's on his way there. I think Heyman wants him to be the next guy going forward, so we put focus on him. All right, we have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Miz and John Morrison did beat the New Day at Super Showdown. Mike, you called this one. I think Joe also did as well, didn't you? I think both of you called this. Yeah. I think looking back in hindsight, did the right thing.
Yeah, I still think that made the most sense.
Yeah.
Also, Super Showdown results. Ernest went 5-1 because I gave us all a win for the Tuquaiti Cup. He got Murphy and Messiah, Bailey, Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. I gave him half a point for Goldberg winning because he said Goldberg was going to win, but he wasn't going to win the title.
Okay. That's true.
So technically, your only loss was the New Day. I went 4.5 and 2. Joe went 5.5 and 1. I lost the Fiend because I thought the team was going to win, and we both lost the Street Profits.
Right. Well, Street Profits did get the revenge though, and they won the Raw Tag titles last night.
We
on
want
Raw.
smoke.
This is why I'm really happy, number one, that we did the show today because I want to react to this. And I was saying this actually on Sunday watching Raw from last week. Look, the Profits are great. I love them. But I don't think Montez Ford is not long for not long for Street Profits. I think at some point next 2 years he's gonna go solo. He's gonna go solo. He's gonna be a singles guy because that guy is a showman. He is an absolute showman, and I think at some point next year or two, I think they're gonna hopefully they put him on his own and has a nice little singles run. He's great. But yeah, anyway, the Profits won the tag titles anyway last night. I guess shouldn't be too shocked because there was a stipulation on there. I noticed last minute. The do or die stipulation. So
that was announced. That was announced on Sunday.
It was announced on Sunday. Was it announced? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I literally saw it. I literally saw that as I was watching the show. Like, oh shit, do or die.
What I would say is it obviously means, and especially the way the match ended, that they're definitely going with Kevin versus Seth at Mania. Which then means, obviously, if you want the Raw tag titles on the show, you have to get them to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Street Profits make the most sense. Now it's interesting to see where they go. From there, is it Eric and Ivar? Is it the OC? Is it, a couple of different options, maybe to take on the Street Profits? I don't think that their depth is as good on Raw as it is on SmackDown.
You mean tag team?
Yeah, because, if you look at the SmackDown Tag Team Division, just for the Elimination Chamber match, which, we're going to go into full depth about, you have the new champions in Miz and Morrison, the New Day, the Usos, Heavy Machinery, the Lucha House Party, Ziggler and Rude, and this isn't even counting the Revival.
Who may or may not be in the company anymore. Who knows?
Yeah, so, but I'm just saying, from a division, I feel like SmackDown Tag Team Division definitely has more depth than the Raw division.
I definitely agree with you on that one. I will say this: the Profits are over as hell. They're really over. Like the reaction last night they won was pretty big.
You think that they're over in a random city, like wherever they were last night? Do yourself a favor. I know you haven't watched a lot of it. Go back and watch NXT whenever they were in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
That place loved them.
Yeah. I saw the last couple matches when they went to the main roster late last year, and yeah.
Go watch all their run, because their run in NXT after they came back from being the Evolve Tag Team Champions, shout out Gabe.
Right.
Those guys fucking killed it, and Orlando loved those guys. There was fans bringing packs and packs and packs of solo cups, handing them out to people while we were in line getting ready to go into shows, so that you had them for the Street Profits match.
And let me tell you now, New York is one of the most honest wrestling cities in the entire world, and they'll bully your ass out of the building quickly.
You're welcome.
They love it. Okay, Joe. But yeah,
both crowds, the crowd from Monday night and the crowd from Sunday night, will definitely let you know how they feel.
Oh, absolutely. And that's in Philadelphia, right? The Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so let's get to the takes. We're gonna do 20 minutes. Mike, you have the clock ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the recap. I'm gonna let you run this up, the match by match and react.
Of course I have the recap, because I didn't sleep like other people did.
Hey, some of us need naps. I don't know what to tell you.
Everyone loves nap time. All right.
Everyone over the age of 10.
From the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois, home of the DePaul University Blue Demons. Joe, we've talked about them.
Yes.
And the Chicago Sky of the WNBA. AEW Revolution. I like the name, I guess.
The girl
they were in with C2E2, which was in town. We have our great friends Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur on the pay-per-view call, Excalibur and Taz on the pre-show match. Dark match, which appeared on AEW Dark, if you have not watched that yet. Britt Baker, DMD, I want you guys to know that she's a dentist, and she dates Adam Cole.
Baby.
She teamed up with the bad girl, Penelope Ford, to take on Riho and Yuka Sakazaki. Baker and Ford over Rio and Yuka in the dark match. Joe watched that match today. How was it?
It was actually pretty decent. Other than the fact that Britt Baker has clearly gone to the Adam Cole school of thigh slapping, it was a pretty decent match.
Adam School. Right. School of dice laughing. I like it. In the buy-in match, we have the tag team of Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, the Dark Order, over SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. During the pre-show, they have Scorpio Sky and Kazarian tell Christopher Daniels to stay in the back, that they'll do this on their own tonight. 9 minutes, 25 seconds, the Dark Order gets the victory. Post-match, the Dark Order is beating down SoCal Uncensored when the music hits, and everyone thinks out comes the, what is it, Exalted One?
Yeah, the Exalted One.
Exalted One, whatever. Gentleman in a cape, in a hood, and, it was me, Austin, it was me all along. It ended up being Christopher Daniels, and he took off to the ring and hit a big dive and started pounding on the Dark Order when Alex Reynolds and John Silver come in. They start beating it up. It's the Dark Order. And then the lovely music of Chicago's own Colt Cabana hits.
Ah, that's right.
Cabana runs out and helps the Dark Order, helps SoCal Uncensored stave off the Dark Order. Who else came out? I felt like there was somebody else that came out during that match.
I missed that match, unfortunately.
I think that was it.
Was it? I thought there may have been somebody else. Oh well.
Real quick, if I'm SCU, do I feel insulted? In a month, I've gone from being tag champs to now doing the dark matches on the pay-per-view.
No.
Oh.
At least they were on the pay-per-view, unlike the Lucha Brothers or Private Party.
I mean, I get it. I know.
Well, here's the thing you have to remember. There was one tag match on there, and it was the tag titles. I mean, at least there was another tag team on the show.
That's true. That's a good point. Perspective, Good job.
Yeah, whatever. In a very surprising start to the night, 14 minutes, 40 seconds, Jake Hager over Dustin via submission, standing guillotine. What surprised me was that this was the opening match, first off. And second off, if you're going to make Jake Hager this, big-ass mofo, please give him a better finisher.
Yeah, two things in this match. I agree with you. Two things in this match. Obviously, you and I, we all three agree. First match of the night of the main card. No, that shouldn't be. It wasn't a bad match. If this match was tucked in for the third or fourth match of the night, it's a good match. It's a solid match. But as the first match of the night, yeah, it's a bad start. But Hager wins. I mean, that's not a surprise. I think we all predicted that, didn't we?
No.
No, who?
I think I had Dustin.
No, me and Joe both had Dustin. You're the only one that picked Hager.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Not a terrible match, but again, if it was the third match, I've been viewed as better. But otherwise, whatever. Hager.
I think those guys work really well together in the ring. I think the other thing that really stopped this from getting into another gear for me was the fact that they kept wanting to put over the fact that Jake Hager's wife was sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
I get it. It went to a role where, Dustin went over and tried to, make out with her or whatever. But that's something that just feels really WWE-ish and WCW-ish.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
I'm kind of annoyed that, Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone, really were like, hey, by the way, there's his wife. Hey, by the way, pre-match kiss from Jake Hager's wife. It's guys, we get it. There's something that's going to fucking involve Jake Hager's wife. Can we just fucking move on?
Yeah.
Kind of annoyed the shit out of me.
But
we'll get there because I also have other gripes because I felt like this is something that just annoyed me most of the night.
Yeah, we were on a text tonight, and there was a couple things you was mentioning about Jim Ross. Go right ahead, man. We'll talk.
Okay, this one's weird because of all the plunder and all that fun stuff that happened pre-match. Bell time is 5 minutes total. This segment actually was probably in the 20-minute segment. Darby Allin over Sammy Guevara. Me and Ernest get that one right. Joe gets that one wrong, obviously.
Oh, no, he's a Sammy guy. Come on now.
Darby hits a pre-match dive, takes out Sammy. Sammy hits a gnarly 630 through a table on the outside. They get back in the ring. Bell goes 5 minutes, like I said. Allin over Sammy with the coffin drop. Post-match, he goes to basically get revenge for losing his throat or voice box by taking out Sammy. He gets pulled out of the ring last second by Jake Hager. Honestly, for the car crash that this was, I feel like this would have been a better opener, personally, because, these guys can really, kick each other's asses.
Because the crowd in it too.
But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, it's a good match. A great match, actually. Look, Guevara, even in losing, look, best match by far since been in the company. We'll say that.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't wait to take two of this podcast because Darby was amazing. Darby, he's so fucking over right now, dude. Like, how many heels we have in the company now? We have like what? How many top heels in the company now? Like three or four top heels. How many top faces? Top faces.
Faces, you have probably
Mox.
5.
Yeah, Mox, Page,
Omega, Darby.
Yeah, Darby's in that conversation now. Yeah.
He absolutely belongs there. I love that.
Yes.
All right, best match of the night. I don't care what any of you say. You will not get an argumental standpoint that I actually take seriously. For the AEW World Tag Team titles,
without question.
Kenny Omega, Adam Page, we call him Cowboy Bebop. They defeated Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Me and Joe got that one right. Ernest got this one wrong. Can I just say the fact that guys that are like best friends that just kick the absolutely piss out of each other?
Oh, yeah.
72 hours after Kenny Omega was in a 30-minute Iron Man match against Pac, which, by the way, Jim Ross mentioned 14 times during that match.
He did. Yeah. Got a little annoying.
Okay, here's my Jim Ross rant, okay?
Go ahead.
Jim Ross, really good announcer, one of the voices of my childhood, okay? He needs to have somebody in the back feeding him some things, or he's just going to keep saying the same 14 things like his batteries are going dead. It's like a really bad children's toy. The batteries are dying, and he's just repeating the same thing over and over and over again because no one's telling him to say something fucking different.
I can relate to that. You and I both can relate to that.
Joe made a valid point as well. Tony Schiavone announces now like he's a baseball announcer.
He does. He sounds like he's like fucking announcing a game at like 3 p.m. for like the Atlanta Braves.
It's literally like he's like sitting there trying to tell stories. You know, like, oh, well, I was on the team bus and Greg Maddox told me that his slider wasn't moving so much, so he gripped the ball tighter and now it's moving. You know? Oh, and by the way, this guy's got a base hit.
At what point do you think we'll see Tony and Excalibur be the only two guys, the two-man booth? Because I don't know Jim Ross. Oh.
Never.
I mean, I love Jim Ross, legend, all that. His voice, I was still reverberates today. But yeah, the errors sometimes can get annoying, especially on pay-per-view.
Honestly, I would love to see them transition Tony and JR into other roles and give us Excalibur and Taz as the main announcers. But they're killing it on Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you're ever going to get a two-man crew. Because I think if one of those guys gets moved somewhere else, Taz is going to slide in.
Well, what they can do is like do what WWE does, is split up the fucking announce teams per match.
I don't know, because then who's going to get the card? Who's going to get the pay-per-view?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They split it up. Maybe have Tony and Excalibur do half the matches, and then do Taz and JR half the matches.
I don't know if Taz and JR would work well together. I think Excalibur and Taz have such a good rapport together that I think if you break them up and put them with the other ones, I don't know if they'll be able to keep the other guys.
Well, Tony can do color definitely. That's definitely he can definitely do color. He's doing that now, obviously.
Yeah. All right. Back on the topic at hand. Cowboy Bebop versus the Young Bucks.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that's their team name. You're not getting anything else from me. This match saw the Bucks work over Kenny's shoulder that was destroyed by the bastard. It saw Page and Omega hit some sick damn moves. Adam Page hits the One-Wing Angel? And he hit
That was amazing.
Yeah. He hit it clean, too. It wasn't like he botched that. That one was probably one of the cleaner ones I've seen, and that includes Kenny's. The rolling sunset flips on the apron were cool, or on the stage. That led to the Indie Taker. Finish sees the Bucks go for the Meltzer driver. Page takes, I think it was Nick, drives him through a table. Matt gets hit with, what the hell should we call it?
Some shit.
Trigger shot? Shot trigger?
Let's go with that.
Yeah, shot trigger. Target acquired, maybe? I like target acquired better. They go for the buckshot lariat.
Bottom line, that match is 10 out of 10, and that's not insane. And that's it being better than that.
Matt kicks out. Hangman hits both members of the Bucks with the buckshot lariat and gets the victory for Cowboy Bebop. Post-match, multiple times, Omega and the Bucks were standing next to each other, almost in perfect position to land a triple super kick on Adam Page. Foreshadowing, maybe?
Maybe.
Then Adam Page leaves the ring and is in perfect position to hit Kenny Omega with a buckshot lariat and proceeds to awkwardly tell Omega to, like, come with me with his hands.
Yeah, they teased that a little too much.
Oh, they
were having fun with it, but, like, let's be real.
Yeah, it was overkill.
Yeah.
That was probably the only, like, negative of the match was the post-match overkill.
Yeah, a little bit. A little too much, yeah. But
like
again,
if I stood next to you on Sunday and, like, had a chair in my hand, and every time you weren't looking, I was going to pretend to hit you. But, like, then you turn around and I'd be like, hey, buddy, like, come on.
Yeah.
Also, I've determined as wrestling fans, if our friendship ever ends, it's because one of us is going to attack the other.
All right. But does that mean we're going to be like the Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, like we're going to be friends, but we're going to be enemies, but we're going to be friends, we're going to be enemies?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, cool. In the most duddest match of the night to me, AEW Women's Championship, Nyla Rose retains over the Galaxy's favorite alien, Chris Statlander. I get that you're coming off of a 30-minute tag title match, and, you know, it's supposed to be, like, cooling down period. But these two I don't think they clicked very well in the ring.
No.
And I don't know if it's Statlander's fault.
No.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I think I like Nyla. She wrestled this match completely wrong. She did not wrestle this match as the native beast. She wrestled this match as Dean Malenko. Like, she went out there and was just like, I'm going to show everyone that I can be a wrestler, I can put on moves, I can do all this stuff. And it's not her character. It's not what she should be doing right now.
Dean Malenko, interesting comparison.
Yeah, I just went for short and white and good wrestler, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree with Joe. She's not, like, this wasn't like, hey, I'm going to try to rip through you. This was like, hey, I'm going to, like, try to, like, hit you with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Right.
And, like, you know, and then she hits some, like, the finish sees a really bad, like, top rope beast bomb or whatever it is.
She wasn't a monster, that's damn sure. She was a monster against Rio, but not against Chris Statlander, which is kind of strange, because...
Here's the thing. Chris Statlander, to her credit, really good in ring, and I don't know, she's like probably like 6 inches taller and probably weighs 35 pounds of more muscle than Rio has in her left leg.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to play the role of beast against someone who does not make Nyla look beastly. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think either of the two women that walked out on Dynamite the previous Wednesday, whether it be Chris or even Big Swole, would have been able to be squashed or at a severe disadvantage like Rio was because of their size.
Big Swole. Change her name. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying it from a standpoint of, if they want to get Nyla over as this beast, then you know what you do? You feed her everyone that's the Joshis to make her this beast, and then it gets over whoever eventually beats her that actually has some kind of, like, weight or merit or, like, something to them.
Right.
Because right now, against Statlander, she looked human, and she didn't look great in the ring, and now you're like, the fuck are they doing with their women's division?
Good point. C- match.
You may be being too kind.
Right, I'm being kind.
Wasn't my thing. 24 minutes, 40 seconds in one of the co-main events of the evening. Maxwell Jacob Friedman with Wardlow versus the American Nightmare Cody with the head ball coach Arn Anderson and Brandy Rhodes. This match was bloody.
To say the least, yep.
There was a lot of things that got involved in this match. I enjoyed it. I felt that these guys really went at it. Spot where Arn Anderson takes a bump from Cody and everybody thought he died.
Yeah.
Finish sees Cody go for Crossroads, hits it twice. Third time, MJF reaches in his trunks and hits him with the 1945-pound dynamite diamond ring, which, wow, that's got a lot of diamonds in it. Knocked Cody out. MJF falls on top of the lifeless Rhodes and gets the victory. 24-40, Friedman over Cody.
Great match. And I believe, did we all three of us pick MJF to win this match? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, all three of us took the match.
Yeah, because he took a lot of L's the last couple of weeks. I was like, there's no way hell he could take all these L's and then lose this match on top of that too. And plus, it extends the story a couple months now. It's a lot of meat in the bone.
I definitely thought he was going to win because of him still having legs to this story.
Yeah, and it's still legs to the story. Absolutely.
All right, Joe, come on, hit me with it.
I thought it was a good match, like solidly good. Maybe one of Cody's like lower tiered matches in the company so far, especially on pay-per-view. But I mean, his resume on AEW pay-per-view has been ridiculous so far, so that's not really a knock. It was, I don't know. Like, I thought it was a really good match for sure. I don't know that I'd go above that, but it did a really good job of doing exactly what it needed to do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like there were spots where that match could have been better, and it just didn't. It didn't hit that fifth gear, and I don't know if that was because they're trying to save that fifth gear for the inevitable blow off whenever that is. But I felt like there were still things that they could have done different and gotten more out of that match. Brandy getting involved, Wardlow getting involved, Arn getting involved, definitely made it a factor. But like I said, good match. I liked where it went, and it means that we still have more left with MJF and Cody going on to the future.
Absolutely.
The in-between match for that main event is the Bastard Pac coming off of his Iron Man match loss to Kenny Omega. He takes on freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy with Chuck Taylor and Trent, the best friends. I want you guys to know that Orange Cassidy weighs whatever, and he's from whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Time of the fall, 13 minutes even. Pac gets the win via submission with the Brutalizer. Crowd loves Orange Cassidy.
What a match, though, man.
It honestly almost stole the show.
Yeah.
Like if that tag title match wasn't a thing on this show, like I have Pac and Orange Cassidy at like number 2.
Joe, did I say in the podcast last week that this is going to be a squash match?
Yeah. No.
Far from it now.
You had Orange Cassidy definitely under expected from him.
Well, because of the opponent, because of Pac. I didn't think they would bury Pac in that way. But
I don't think he got buried, though. I mean, to be fair.
No.
I will say this. I was thinking about it earlier. I need a stable ASAP with Pac and the Lucha Brothers where they're just like the Dark Elite or something like that. Like
Anti-Elite.
Yeah, like Villains United, like in DC Comics. Like, I need that.
United.
Well, I think the only thing that could stop that from happening would be if you turn the Bucks.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna have the anti-elite with the three of them against Cody, Dustin, and Paige.
I don't know. That's what I was saying. Call it like the Dark Elite or something like that. Just something where it's like that's the thing in the comics though, where like the bad guys get together and they're like, we're gonna be the evil Justice League because like we're all bad, like that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Orange Cassidy has the resiliency of a fire ant.
Yeah, I popped for that so hard.
Ernest doesn't know that reference.
Which one's that?
Excalibur mentioned the fact that Orange Cassidy was basically resilient as a fire ant. You laugh, but you don't understand. Orange Cassidy wrestled in Chikara as Fire Ant.
Yes.
Okay.
As part of the colony, yes.
That's funny, actually. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, it makes a hell of a lot more sense.
It's a great for those of you that have been invested for a very long time.
Hey Joe, don't die, please.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Coronavirus.
Nah, not yet.
Lord.
All right. Main event of the evening, AEW World Title match. 22 minutes, 20 seconds. Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, the unadulterated unauthor of violence versus Le Champion. Moxley gets busted open hard, hits the ring post. It comes out that he was complaining of concussion-like symptoms shortly after the match. Maybe that's why this match never really got out of third gear to me. It was slow. At paces, there was a lot of rest holds. I told this to Joe. I said, I think this is finally, Chris Jericho showing that he's a 50-year-old wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is his first singles match in 2020. And I think it was his third match total for the company. It was time to get the title to someone younger that's going to defend the title more often. And I think you're going to see more Jon Moxley title defenses, especially on Dynamites, between guys, he could be facing Jimmy Havocs of the world, Kip Sabians of the world, guys like that, that are going to get a chance to really bite their teeth and go after the title now. That you don't have a heel 49-year-old guy with the title anymore. You now have this 30-year-old tweener that can face both heels and faces, since they don't have a secondary title yet. So it makes sense that I feel like this could be a major thing where Moxley winning the title makes a ton of sense. Mark out moment of the night for Joe Lopez. Sammy Guevara comes out and
he was looking good. Oh, goddamn, boy! Woo! 2 claps for Ric Flair. Woo!
2 for Ric Flair. Woo!
Yeah. So backtracking real quick to the Pac Orange Cassidy match where the Lucha Bros came out, setting up the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna get like a Lucha Brothers versus Best Friends feud?
We've sort of been having a mini one for a while now, actually.
I'm saying, are we actually gonna get the full thing now?
I wouldn't mind that.
Can we get these 2 guys? Like, can we get these 5 guys? Like, something to actually fucking do?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I would like that.
Okay, good. Like I said, Moxley over Jericho. Aubrey Edwards has to throw out Ortiz and Santana and Jake Hager after Hager decks Moxley. Paradigm shift. And Jon Moxley, new champion.
The Mox era has begun.
I'm upset that he didn't finish the match with his eye patch on, though.
Why?
I want a Snake from Metal Gear Solid to have the title.
I mean, I don't know. Am I
Whatever.
crazy? Am I crazy, or are some of their matches in WWE a little bit better?
What do you mean?
Back about what do you say, Mike? Like 2016 or so?
Probably.
We had Jericho and at the time Dean Ambrose feuding in WWE at one point over a potted plant. So, yes. But like some of their matches back then, I think hit a little bit more than their one here. It wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't like the match of the night at all.
No.
I would say that Chris Jericho versus Adam Page for the AEW World Title was a better match than this match was.
Yes, agreed.
I would probably say it's probably one of, if not the worst Jericho title match that he's been in. And I don't know if that has to do with Moxley potentially being concussed and him trying to, work around that situation. But there was just pieces of this match that just didn't click for me. And I liked it. I'm happy that Moxley's the champion, but I'm sorry, when you have a match as good as that tag title match, everybody else has to step their game up, and I just felt like there was a lot left here. That's me.
Well, Alrighty, so that's the AEW recap, a Revolution recap rather. All right, so we're gonna go to Joe now. Joe, you have a pretty interesting take you want to bring into this forefront, which actually relates to the AEW situation.
Yeah, totally. I was thinking about it the other day while watching Dynamite on Wednesday. AEW certainly has a lot of talent. We've talked before on the show here about how a great number of it sometimes feels like they're missing even on Dynamite and such. So my question here for you boys, and I'm very interested to see what your answers are going to be, is if you had to take an unlikely person on the AEW roster, kind of a lower card person, maybe someone who isn't quite getting the spotlight that you think they deserve, so not like MJF. He's not a viable answer here. But if you had to take someone like Big Swole, I know you're all gonna pick Big Swole. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for all the Big Swole debate.
Maybe Mike will.
The question is, who would you guys strap the rocket ship to? What unlikely AEW superstar would you take and just get them to the top, get them to the main event scene as soon as you could? And you guys, I want to hear you guys' answers first before I jump in. So,
all right,
either one of you, Mike.
Mike, want to go first?
I don't care. Sure, why not? Okay, so I picked a singles competitor, tag competitor, and a women's competitor for this because, I like to have multiple options. First off, I'll start with my tag team. I picked the hybrid 2 of Jack Evans and Angelico.
Interesting.
I think their in-ring styles is really awesome. I think those guys are entertaining, and they're like stoner, higher than life gimmick where they come out dancing. People don't take them serious, but those guys can really go in the ring, and they are very underrated as part of the tag team division in AEW. Something that we all say that they have a great tag team division, but they're not really using all of the tag teams. So it's just one of those where I feel like the hybrid 2 would be great in the tag title scene. On the women's side, I have Sadie Gibbs. She was in AEW for 2 matches. She's on the roster, but she's not really being used. I don't know why. I feel like she's someone that, she has a good in-ring work. She, I follow her on Instagram. She shows all of her workouts and all that stuff. So it's she's definitely motivated to be there. I feel like she'd be someone that could be a big piece for the women's division moving forward. And I think she's someone who could give Nyla a run for her money. And last but certainly not least, my singles competitor. I have this one, and Joe, I've kind of told him my reasoning why. It is Superbad Kip Sabian.
Yes.
I feel like Superbad Kip Sabian is the 1991 to 1993 version of Shawn Michaels.
Yep, he is.
And I feel like Penelope Ford could play the role of Sherry Martel, carrying the mirror and being his his significant other. And he has that Shawn Michaels sexy boy look. And I just feel like he's someone if you gave him the ball, he's really great in ring. It's just something that he could get over with the crowd really, really well. And I get that feeling like he's someone that, especially because being, I believe he's British or Irish, he could tap into a whole nother, part of the globe that AEW really hasn't gotten, a lot of foreigners, with the exception of maybe the Lucha Bros, over. So I just think Sabian would be a guy that you could get in if you could especially get him into that Michaels role from 91 to 93 where he was having great matches, cut some decent promos, was getting the best out of other guys. He could be a guy that could definitely help that heavyweight, that world title picture.
Well, I definitely did consider him also myself, but I love that he brought the Shawn Michaels comparison, early Shawn Michaels, HBK 92 to 93 kind of thing. You mentioned, guys you wouldn't think of. I initially was to Darby Allin, but he's already in that conversation now, being one of the top guys now in the company now, with all these matches he's been having. So I thought about it again, and one guy comes to mind, but he has to go solo though, and that's Trent from Best Friends. He has a look. He's good in the ring. He's good in the ring. I mean, the thing is, it's hard to you have to look past the minutia. Number one, because the Best Friends tag team is kind of gimmicky to some degree, the hugging and all that stuff. it's kind of like a play to some degree. But they're a good tag team though too. But I look at Trent in the ring. I'm like, this dude could be if you give him the right fit, right character, all that. He could be. He has a size too. You talk about big men. Also, he's fairly big. So you can actually use him and shoot him to the moon. Really, be honest.
Yeah. He was in WWE back in like 2006 or so.
Say that again.
He was in WWE, believe it or not, back in like 2006 or so.
Was he? I didn't.
On SmackDown. Like, he was on the ECW brand, and I think maybe on SmackDown for like 5 minutes too.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I would say him, but obviously you have to like kind of get him away from the group, and you have to kind of update his look and all that. But he has a look, and he's marketable, and I think that's a guy you can say, okay, that's kind of rare. That's somebody's not like I was going to say Darby Allin, but that's almost not fair to say anymore because Darby Allin is already going to the moon now.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, a Trent from Best Friends would be mine.
So my pick, and the whole reason that I got this topic going is easily Jungle Boy, and the thing is, I don't know that it works with the Jungle Boy gimmick per se. I think that's a little silly. But I tell you, man, this dude's got it. Like, I mean, never mind the fact that he's already completely and utterly marketable just based on being, Luke Perry's kid. Which, like, honestly, you use what brought you to the dance. You know what I mean? Like I get. It's funny because I get from his standpoint why he might not want to like hype that too much because he just wants to be famous for being him and for his talent and stuff. But not for nothing. Your dad was on 90210, one of the biggest shows of like the 1990s. Like, take advantage of it. Get your name out there while you can. That is definitely a unique thing.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know he was Luke Perry's son until like you mentioned a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, he kind of even looks like him a little bit. JR
now that I mention it, yeah, it looks like him now, yeah.
Yeah, JR likes to bring it up, and honestly, like, he was getting crap for it at first, but JR's right. Like, you should be mentioning this. This is actually like a thing that will get them some sort of attention. Jungle Boy's got the looks. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but the thing is, like, he's smaller than most of the guys that are even small. Like he almost even comes across as smaller than Darby Allin. I don't know that he factually is, but like there's something about him that comes across in that way, so it makes him unique. Like in a company where being small doesn't make you unique, he still kind of stands out in a way. He'd stand out even more if Marco Stunt wasn't there, but what can I say? But like I think that you have the potential with him as a good guy, even in this Jungle Boy role, that you can get him like to the main event. You could fast track him up to that main event scene. He had that great match with Jericho, so we've already seen that he really can go. And the truth is, like at a certain point, I think you turn him heel. I think you make him, like the total Hollywood character.
Heel.
You put him in a suit. You go to the boys section at Sears. You buy him a nice suit. You put him in some sunglasses. You let him play up that he's the fucking son of Luke Perry.
Joe, you put a lot of thought in this, didn't you? You put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, no, I have. I honestly think Jungle Boy has the potential to be like the biggest, like quote unquote, homegrown star from AEW.
Well, it definitely won't work with the gimmick he has now. I'll tell you right now, that would never work because it's still silly.
Yes. No, you have to get past the silliness, but I think you can.
He's good in the ring. He's really good in the ring.
He's amazing in the ring, honestly. And he's so young.
Mm-hmm.
So, talking about this topic, I looked at the AEW roster while you guys were discussing Jungle Boy. Other guys that I could see, like since we brought up, like Ernest bringing up if somebody left the tag team, you brought up Jungle Boy, maybe potentially leaving Lucha Express or Lucha Experience. Yeah, Lucha Express. Why did I say Lucha Experience? Jurassic Express. Wow.
Jurassic Express.
Probably because of who I was going to mention next, and that's Rey Fenix of the Lucha Bros.
Ooh.
I actually had him on mine too, also, but yeah, I can't pull the trigger on that one.
Because it's just like him and Pentagon are there as a tag team. They're not really
I'm so over their seeing Pentagon just because I really can't stand him doing his like zero meadow every 10 seconds. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. That's why I'm like, let me if we can break them up, that'd be great.
Oh Lord.
Both of those guys could really go in the ring, and them in a feud versus each other, they're gonna get the best out of each other. So that'd be fun. And another tag team, that we kind of mentioned, but we kind of haven't mentioned, Scorpio Sky of SCU.
Yeah. I forgot about that one actually. That one.
I'm not there.
No. I actually agree with Mike on that one because I mentioned that actually months ago.
Okay.
But it just didn't come to mind at the time because I was going to say Darby at the time and I changed it last minute to Trent. Something like somebody that's off the grid a little bit, but you wouldn't think.
Oh, I love Trent as an answer. Yeah, I love that.
Right.
So are they ever going to push Shawn Spears?
Oh
Yeah,
my
right?
God, he had a better push on SmackDown.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And he's really good in ring.
He's fantastic in the ring, and they even gave him Tully. Like, they obviously knew that they had something there, and then they never use him.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Maybe one day.
Like, they built his entire gimmick. They built his entire gimmick on like him hitting Cody with a chair once, and he hasn't done anything since then.
Yeah. So before we move on, odds that Lance Archer and/or Colt Cabana have a match on tomorrow night's Dynamite.
I think 95% on both.
Does Jimmy Havoc get to 3-0?
Yes.
Who's next?
Roman Reigns.
Hell yeah.
Oh Lord. All right.
Anybody else want to mention anything while we have 3 minutes left on this topic or no?
No, I'm good. I can move on to the next one.
I think we can move on to the next one. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I like you guys' answers. I appreciate that.
Elimination Chamber predictions now.
All right, we're taking this show on the rodeo, kids.
Well, you guys will be. Well, I have the card up here now on my computer. Now you two will be at the show, right? Both of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Good Lord, how many over under 40? How many shows you guys gone together to see?
In the last decade?
No, just in general.
Well, it's been the last decade since we started at WrestleMania together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in the last decade, I mean, including Ring of Honor shows
snap
stuff
over
like that.
40 if you talk about any show we've ever gone to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snap over, because we've been to 9 Manias, Rumble, 3 SummerSlams and Survivor Series. We went to all 3 nights of King of Trios, the Ring of Honor shows before WrestleMania, like the first 5 years, multiple Dragon Gate shows.
There's been times that you've come out just to go to like Ring of Honor shows, like Final Battle and stuff like that. Evolve, like any like WrestleMania weekend stuff.
Yeah, we randomly bought $3, $5 tickets to go see Shimmer one day.
Yes, I remember that.
I mean, it happened. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm taking my show on the road. I'm leaving Saturday morning to go to New York, and we're going over Sunday to West Philadelphia, born and raised.
That's right. Worst sports city in the world. Worst sports fans in the world. Sorry, I had to say it. All right.
If you weren't on the other side of this phone, I'd let everybody from Philadelphia throw batteries at you.
It won't be the first time.
Won't be the last.
They hate me on social media too. All right, so
I can only understand why.
Go Giants! All right, so these are the confirmed matches we have here on the list so far. United States Championship on the line between Andrade and Humberto Carrillo. This is Andrade's first match back since his suspension, right? Am I mistaken?
Wrong. He was in the Twaki tournament.
That's right.
And he was in a tag match on Monday Night Raw with him and Angel Garza versus Rey and Humberto.
By the way, Angel Garza, is he officially called up to the Raw roster now?
No. I don't think so.
A lot. All right, anyway.
I think he was the necessary fill-in so Zelina didn't go away.
Well, because of my Ernest Media prediction, Andrade keep the title.
I think this match is going to be fun. I think this match is a match that's going to be a bathroom break for some, but I'll watch it as long as I'm there. I'm going to take Andrade to retain as well in this spot.
Yeah, same.
All right, we also have now just added as of yesterday the no DQ match between AJ Styles and Aleister Black. This should be a good one. This should be a really good one.
I'm going to enjoy this match, but there's a 0% chance AJ Styles loses this match.
Right.
Going into the match against The Undertaker.
Do you think we get Undertaker showing up?
I was just going to say that percentage chance. I say 80% chance he shows up.
I'm not going to give you as high because it's very easy that this may be the AJ at the end of the match calling out Taker more. I know we hit Black and pinned him like the Undertaker pin. So I'm not all in on him actually showing up at the show. But you may see something crazy like the gong. Like you hear, like he doesn't come out. It's just like
maybe scare him a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Just in like, oh shit, he could be coming.
What would be cool is he does the same shit. Like remember the build up with Kane and Undertaker back in '98, where Taker was on the top of the building with the lightning thing, and Kane's in the ring. Something like that'd be cool, though. I'll be honest with you, if they did something like wacky like that. All right, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship on the line.
Who are you taking?
Oh wait,
I'll take AJ. I think that's a fair prediction.
yeah, me too. AJ also too. AJ too.
Cool.
Big OC gets involved, obviously. All right, Raw Tag Team.
Of course they are.
Yeah, of course they are. Raw Tag Titles on the line between the Street Profits versus Seth Rollins and the artist formerly known as Murph.
Artist from buddy.
Smurf. Murph. They can't possibly snatch the titles off these guys just like 6 days later, can they? Like, come
I mean, they can.
I mean, it's Vince. This is fucking.
I doubt they will, but they can.
I mean, WWE booking says that it's possible, but the logic of Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins being a very possible thing for WrestleMania says it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I got profits here. Yeah, and I think, definitely profits here. All right, the Intercontinental Championship on the line.
Yeah, do you let Joe make a prediction?
Oh, wait, I thought you did. I'm sorry. I thought you did. I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, Street Profits. That's okay.
Okay. 3. All right. The IC title on the line between Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. 3-on-1. That's kind of a cool build-up on SmackDown last week. How Sami was like, "Oh wait, you're 3-on-1, really? Okay."
I'm just glad Sami's actually going to be in the ring.
Me too. And when he said that, I was like, "Great, he's wrestling first time since like what, September?"
Probably.
At least.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ring since summertime, honestly.
Yeah, I don't even know.
See that.
All right, Joe, who you picking?
Braun.
Yeah.
Give me Braun. Can I say as a total aside and not to start a different conversation because we don't have time for that? I was watching WrestleMania 3 earlier today. Hillbilly Jim was built like Braun Strowman, not for
Yes,
nothing.
he was. Yes, he was. He was a huge guy.
Holy crap.
But he sucked in the ring.
Well, yeah.
But then again, that whole era was pretty much big guys just punching and pushing and clotheslines. That's it.
Oh, yeah. As I said to Mike earlier today, at some point during WrestleMania this year, I am going to turn to him while we're at the show during a match. I'm going to look him dead in the eye, and I'm going to say to him, "This is the Hercules Hernandez versus Billy Jack Haynes."
Oh, yeah. Tonight. I remember that. Yeah, that was pretty... yeah. Mikey, what you got?
As much as I want to pick Nakamura, Cesaro, and Zayn, because I want to see, like, which one of them defends the title, and is it going to be Freebird rule if one of them wins it? I'm just going to pick Strowman.
Okay, me too. I'm picking Strowman as well, too. All right, so supposedly a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, Lacey Evans announced that she has to face 5 women in Elimination Chamber, but haven't not announced the entrances yet.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay, so let's skip that real quick.
Yeah,
I mean, unless they're going to put a third chamber match in, which I don't think makes any sense.
Right.
Because they haven't even remotely brought it up since our conversation with Renee Young. But I mean, Bayley doesn't have anything going on, so I mean, I could see it where maybe it's for the SmackDown title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, we had a thing last week on SmackDown where Lacey and Naomi teamed up a little bit. So I don't know, maybe something happens last. I don't know. I doubt it happens though. I'm with you. All right. Yeah, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
They are going to need probably more than we need one more match.
Right. Well, we have the SmackDown Tag Titles on the line on Elimination Chamber rules between the Miz and Morrison, the champs, versus the New Day versus the Heavy Machinery versus Art Rude and Dolph Ziggler versus the Usos. Whew. Same thing here applies in this match. They just got the title last week. Too soon to take it off Miz and Morrison, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to lose, but I do think it's going to be a really fun match.
Yeah, I think so, too.
There's one thing I want in this match to occur.
Which is?
I want that damn Otis to get his hands on that goddamn Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, I'm with you, 100%.
I want him and I want Tucky to fight for the revenge of the besmirchment of the good name of Otis Dozovich.
I'm with you. Give me Miz and Morrison, though. You all agree with that, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
All right, and finally, the women's Elimination Chamber match between Natalya, Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan. This should be fun, actually.
In other news, the Shayna Baszler is going to bite through the competition to get to Becky Lynch match.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Probably the easiest thing to pick on this whole fucking card is Shayna winning the match.
I mean, you do understand that we're all taking Shayna, and we all have taken everyone the same.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to take Asuka.
Why would you do that? But Joe, why would you do this, man? Don't do this to yourself.
Do it a three-way.
Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself, buddy.
I mean, Asuka didn't even wrestle.
I said that when I took Goldberg from Super Showdown.
This is like a very low-key pay-per-view.
Because it's a week after the last one.
Yeah, I know. Well,
this is a very, just set up, we're going to have the people that we need to win, and then that's it.
I saw something here. Is Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak official now?
Why?
I haven't seen it.
It's a prediction, I guess. Maybe it's a prediction here. No, I've never seen that match yet. I mean, they're building that, obviously. Based on the SmackDown week to week, back and forth. I like Drew Gulak, man, by the way. He's pretty good.
So, we have, 4 minutes left. I want to read, these two, news things that I saw since we didn't have a big news section.
Sure, ahead.
WWE is already working on a return date to Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
At one point, the date floated around was Thursday, the 20th of August. Problem with that is it's really close to SummerSlam, and it'd be 130 degrees in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So they're looking at late October or early November, so right around, I guess, the lead into Survivor Series.
So wait, Mike, there isn't one right now scheduled as we speak?
I mean, I'm going to say that they're going to have...
Don't they usually just do it in October?
Yeah.
Well, it's Crown Jewel last was October.
Right.
Can we get Halloween Havoc in Saudi Arabia?
Do they know what Halloween is?
Don't know, don't care.
Oh my god.
It was formally announced earlier this evening on the WWE Backstage show that John Bradshaw Mayfield is going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that was rumored last week. It's funny. I actually meant when we did the Bell Twins thing, I had in my notes also to add him and British Bulldog, Dave Boy Smith, on there because they were rumored also to be in there as well.
Have they announced Bulldog?
Not formally, but that's been rumored for a couple weeks now.
So is Liger, but they haven't announced Liger yet either.
Right, that too, and they also had rumored also JBL, but now JBL's official. So.
Come on, one time. Do not put Liger in this year. Put him in next year in California.
Exactly. And any more news other than that? Let me see. Jeff Hardy's cleared.
He made an appearance on that backstage show tonight too.
Mm-hmm. Did you see what's the phrase? Michelle McCool get pissed off because they left her off the list for greatest women to capture a title, and Undertaker spoke up on Twitter.
I didn't see
really?
it. I mean, probably because half of her title reign she was co-champion with Layla.
Okay.
John Moxley and Darby Allin versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara tomorrow on Dynamite.
I like it. Let me see anything else we got going. MVPs.
Ring of Honor World Title match signed for the 18th anniversary show, which will be Rush versus Mark Haskins, as Rush defeated PCO to win the title.
Oh, one quick before we go. This Ricochet thing is starting to become weird. Okay, so he lost to Lesnar. Not surprised there, obviously. But then he lost to Riddick Moss?
Yeah,
Oh.
Vince isn't high on him anymore.
I know he's not great on the mic, but he's still incredible in the ring. Why would you? I don't get it.
Because
go ahead.
he can't sell without being able to talk on the microphone. Like Vince doesn't think you can sell just by being a good in-ring competitor and doing things along those lines. It's literally just like, oh well, if you can't talk, then see you later, bye.
Summon AEW. Let's go. Oh, did you see Eric Rowan's reveal yesterday?
No.
A big fake spider robot.
I mean, that was bad. They have to know that was bad, right?
Trying to find more stuff before we get going. Let me see. I'm going through the news.
NWA Power had a really good show based off of the results. I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it. It was really good.
NWA TV title match between Ricky Starks and the outlandish Ziggy Dice.
Is that today's Power? Is that today that came out? Today's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last chance match. Losers will not have their NWA contracts renewed, featuring the Dawsons versus C.W. Anderson and Caleb Conley, and a World Tag Team title match between Eli Drake and Dream Storm to champion and the Bouncers of Brian Milanos and the Beer City Bruiser.
Right. I'll check it out. Oh, before we go, did you see the spot with Lesnar and McIntyre? And then Lesnar saying, "Pick up the belt! Pick up the belt!" Kind of navigating McIntyre.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. MVPs. Let's go. Joe, MVP this week. Who you got?
You know what? I'm gonna give it to the Young Bucks because I think that sometimes I can be a little hard on them, but they had what might be one of the best matches of their career at that pay-per-view. It didn't come across as choreographed at all. They were playing it up in a heel role that is really good for them. I just think it works really well.
Okay.
Ernest?
Mike? Oh, what's that, Mike? Darby Allin, man. That match, I think that was a match on Saturday that really coupled. Like we already saw him going up, up the ranks, but that match, superstar. That he is one of the, in my opinion, one of the three best faces in the company right now, and I think they need to get a mid-card belt going like yesterday, because he should be holding that belt right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, so Darby Allin's my MVP this week.
My MVP are the new Raw Tag Team Champions of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits. I figured you both were going to go with people from AEW, so I thought giving some love to a major tournament event for the Raw brand would be a nice change. So I go with the Street Profits.
I like it.
For some reason, I like picking tag teams. My last three MVPs have all been tag teams.
I like it. This is Steve speaking. All right, guys. So remember, no show this week coming up because you guys will be live at the Elimination Chamber in Philadelphia. So hopefully we'll get back on here soon as possible and take in some more wrestling content. So Mike, Joe, anything else want to go? Anyone plug before we get on?
No.
Listen to the Names to Change. We'll probably do a show late Sunday night, post Elimination Chamber, and Super Crazy Sports Spectacular, where we talk about sports that Joe doesn't know anything about.
Yes.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, fellas, we'll talk soon. Hopefully next week or two.
Au revoir.
And enjoy the show on Sunday. And till then,
I'll make sure I bring extra AA batteries for you.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.